Now you people know what is nuclear fission reaction. After capturing a neutron by radioactive element, there will be a splitting of that heavier nuclear, and there will be generation of two lighter nucleus along with three neutrons and some amount of energy. Energy is due to mass defect that we have already seen. Now we are going to understand the nuclear chain reaction. Already I have uploaded a video related to chain reaction on YouTube. Hope you have seen that one. Again, here we are going to have revision of the same thing. Nuclear chain reaction. Now you people know chain is nothing but a continuous entity, we can say. So here a single fission reaction is responsible to produce more and more amounts of nuclear fission reaction. How this is possible, that we are going to see. Like in nuclear fission, we have already seen one nuclear fission produces three neutrons. Now that three neutrons are capable to have the nuclear fission of three different kinds of uranium atoms. After that each interaction, there will be generation of again some amount of neutrons. That neutrons will trigger another fission reactions, and the process will goes on continuing. The number of neutrons released determines the success of chain reaction. So here we will see animation. A neutron with interaction with heavier nuclei produces two neutrons that trigger to another higher nuclei, and like this the process will be there. So the chain reaction is a process in which the nuclear fission of an atom induces nuclear fission in another atom, which again induces fission in another atom, and this will so on. So this is one example related to chain reaction, which is there due to interaction of single neutron at the first stage or initial stage. This chain reaction is of two types: controlled chain reaction and uncontrolled chain reaction. Atomic bomb or nuclear bomb basically have uncontrolled chain reaction. Now there is one facility with which we can have control over the fission reaction. Having control means we need to have control on the generated neutrons, and after having the control chain reaction, we can use the produced energy for some beneficial purpose. So basically to control the chain reaction, some entities are used known as control rods or absorber rods, and basically the most important thing, these control rods are made up of atoms of boron and cadmium. This is the most important part related to chain reaction or controlled chain reaction. The absorber rod should have the atoms of cadmium and boron. So question in class test 2 can be on this particular topic. So basically what these control rods do, they absorb the extra neutrons produced due to a fission reaction, and ultimately we can have the control over the entire reaction. So here you will see these vertical blocks, they are nothing but control rods, and after a fission reaction, whatever amount of neutron gets generated, some are absorbed by these rods, and therefore there will be a limited amount of neutrons in the entire process. Okay, so this is related to control rods and basically control chain reaction. Now we are going to see how the reaction will be, means what is the correlation of neutrons generated and the chain reaction, and for that we are going to consider one important aspect known as multiplication factor. Multiplication factor, it is denoted by the constant K in subscript C. Kc is the multiplication factor. How this multiplication factor is determined? It is nothing but ratio of number of neutrons generated, number of neutrons present in one generation divided by number of neutrons that are there in the previous generation. Means how many neutrons are there right now and what amount of neutrons were there in the previous stage. Depending upon that, we can get the factor Kc. Now this Kc will have different kinds of values, and that values are going to decide what will be the future of nuclear chain reaction. So if this Kc is less than 1, means number of neutrons in this generation are less and number of neutrons in the previous generation are more, means more and more amount of neutrons are absorbed by the control rods. If this is the case, then that chain reaction will slow down and it will stop at one particular stage because now there are less number of neutrons. If the Kc factor or multiplication factor is equal to 1, means the number of neutrons in previous generation and in this particular stage, if they are equal, then the chain reaction will proceed at a steady state. Okay. And the last stage, last condition we can say, if Kc is greater than 1, means now there are more neutrons, previously there were less. So in that case, the chain reaction will go to an explosive rate. So this is related to multiplication factor. These are the 3 stages. Related to this, we will see in the next video.